All right, we're going to talk about how to get your body to where you can have some lean muscle mass, especially for the guys. I know there's guys a little chubby, they're a little overweight, or there's either the skinny version that was like me when I started. I was very skinny. I'm a little bit more muscular now, with over 20 pounds extra added on to where I was before I started working out. And I'm going to talk about how you eat in order to get that lean muscular frame. Now, there isn't a lot of secret to this, so forewarn you that if you think I'm going to say something extra special that you may not have heard, I might. Or just listening, if you watch the full video, maybe you'll pick up on something I say that resonates with you and pushes you in the right direction. So the key to my lean muscular frame is mostly eating. Obviously, yes, you do want to work out. You want to do resistance training. I actually do push-ups every day. I work out in the gym, not that often, believe it or not, but it's different. I've already built up my body, so I don't have to work in the gym as often. If you haven't gotten to the level where you're very lean, you should probably hit the gym more often than me. I do like 2 to 3 days a week, but outside of that, I'm still doing other things. But we're going to talk about the food that I'm eating. That's really what the video is about, is the types of food I'm eating. And by now, you probably already recognize what this looks like. This is a Chipotle bowl, and I'm going to explain what is in it and why. So Chipotle bowl is one of the biggest tools that I use to eat out. That's really what the video needs to be titled. I'm going to title it, How to Eat Out for a Lean Muscular Body, or to get a lean muscular body, something like that. That's really what this video is about for guys. Some women, you could use this too. So guys, lean muscular body, you can still eat out. And yeah, you're going to have to make a little bit of sacrifices. Let me take my gum out. All right. Yeah, you're still going to have to make a few sacrifices. So in my bowl, what I have today, when I was making the bowl on the app, I got chicken. I got the new type of chicken they came out with. I can't even pronounce it. But there was some new type of chicken they got at Chipotle. You might have tasted it. Let me know. Got the new type of chicken they got out. It has some redness to it, so it must be some paprika, some other stuff added. Chicken, white rice. I don't do brown rice. I don't do brown rice. And you might ask why. I just like white rice better. That's the clear answer. Nothing else to say there. I go for what I like. So chicken, white rice, lettuce, as you can see, pico de gallo. I got some of the green salsa, the tomatillo salsa. And what else? No sour cream, no cheese. So that's very important. No sour cream, no cheese. Why? So before you just say that, oh, certain foods are bad for you, it's not technically true. It depends on how much of the foods. Obviously, you've heard that before. But really, the reason I chose no sour cream is because my specific diet to get the lean muscular frame, you have to lower the amount of fats that you're eating. Because if you're not very high in physical activity every single day, those fats are just going to stick to you very easily. And sour cream is nothing but fat. That's why it tastes good. Most of the stuff that makes food taste good are fats, not the carbs. Like rice by itself does not taste good because it's just nothing but carbs. But if you put butter in rice, now rice tastes good, and butter is fat. So if you add it up, most of the things that make foods taste good is fat. Just like a Dorito. A Dorito is a tortilla chip, and it's made from rice. But if they just made a straight plain white rice chip and gave it to you, you wouldn't like it. So they put food coloring in there, and then they fry it with fat or oil to make it taste good. So that's actually the secret there. Most things that have fat added in with carbohydrates is what gets us to hold on to a lot of weight easily. High fat and high carbs together. So I'm trying to avoid that, and that's what I'm doing with this meal. So I'm gonna get back to what I have here. I know you're waiting to hear the rest. So chicken, white rice, lettuce, pico de gallo, salsa. So all these vegetables, they are a type of carbohydrates, but they're very low in amount of carbs. They don't really affect your body in a negative way at all by just loading up on those types of vegetables. Rice is the only thing that will probably mess with your blood sugar a little bit, but since you're adding it with protein and other stuff, it doesn't really affect your blood sugar very much. And then the carbs are good because if you're working out, like I just stated in the beginning of the video, you need the carbohydrates because they hydrate your muscles. Carbs hydrate your body. So when carbs get stored, if you're somebody that works out often, especially lifting weights or doing resistance training, your body is usually depleting what's called glycogen, which is made from sugars from your carbohydrates you eat. So you're going to need to replenish those if you want to continue to get the most bang for your buck with your workouts. And so yeah, no cheese, no sour cream. I've been eating cheese for the past few months straight in almost every single meal that I wanted to without thinking about it. And of course, it's amazing. We all love cheese, and it hurts. It hurts when I placed that order and I took the cheese off and I'm like, damn, no more cheese right now, because I'm getting further in my path of results with my body. I'm looking leaner. I actually gained a half a pound of muscle in the last 2 weeks. And you say that's not that much. That's also a key thing you need to remember. It's not about speed. It's not about speed. It's about progress in general. And you have to be putting in work way before you see the progress. So like I said, it took 2 weeks for me to see a half a pound of muscle appear and me still looking lean, or probably even looking leaner, since that means I may have lost a little bit of fat too. And that's why I'm explaining this to you. It's not so much about me, but I'm using myself as an example for you to learn something, or maybe you could be motivated by it. And I don't like that word motivation, because that just means you're temporarily going to take an action, or you're temporarily going to feel good about what I say. And I don't want that. I want you to actually make a change in your life if that's what you want to do. And maybe you just need to hear something a little bit different, or hear something from me because you hear stuff from other people. But maybe if I speak, there may be something that resonates with someone. So yeah, that's it. No sour cream, no cheese, no guacamole. Now that is actually a good fat to put into your meal. It's a healthy fat. But in the case of looking as lean as possible and having the muscular look where my muscles look full, that's because they got a lot of water in them, because I'm eating carbohydrates and drinking a lot of water with that while working out. That's what makes your muscles look fuller, where they actually pop out a little bit more. So that's the importance of actually having carbohydrates. If you're going to look leaner, it does help you with the lean look. So any questions about this? I probably could explain more, but if you want, you can do a little experiment with this. Put in everything that I said I just put into my bowl on chipotle.com. Go to their nutrition calculator, and you will see that this is a low-calorie meal, and you'll see how much protein it has in it, how much fat it has in it, how much carb. You can check it for yourself. I already know the math because I figured this out years ago, so I already know in a general sense what I'm getting when I'm ordering this. But it will be good for you to start learning how to do that for yourself. And that's one of my biggest tips for this video. There's a lot of information I had in here. So like if you need me to go over something again, just let me know, or hit up my inbox, or I'll probably make another video.